I don't understand why people on that I see in feedback and on timelines are upset that Isaiah Stewart got more games than LeBron.
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
Why? So the guy who did the punching got less games than the guy who got punched.
Correct.
And you don't see how people would have a problem with that?
Because they didn't see the fact that one punch was suspendable on the spot, and the reaction could have made it far worse for everyone involved.
But you don't understand the reaction?
I understand the reaction about being upset about being hit in the face. I don't understand the minutes later trying to go right back at him and then having a difficulty being let off of the court by his coaches, teammates, team security, NBA security. And then him running down the hallway to maybe get back on the court. Yeah, I don't understand that. I haven't been punched in the face by LeBron James, but there's one way where if Isaiah Stewart just left the court after making his feelings known that he thought he was sucker punched and this was a wrong thing to do, after doing that the first time, if he had just left and not circled back the second time and then run down the hallway after taking another minute or so being left off the court, LeBron would have been the only one suspended. And we would be talking about LeBron's suspension. By the way, from his one visit to Madison Square Garden, which I'm sure he's not terribly pleased about, nor the Lakers, nor is the NBA. Nobody's happy about it. He's not showing up in the world's most famous arena. Mm-hmm. And trust me, I think that's kind of special for him. But if Isaiah Stewart, look, I don't want this to come across at all of saying you should just take your sucker punch like a man. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is he had every right to be upset.
Yeah.
He had every right to try and, initially be separated from LeBron. He had every right to start screaming at LeBron. He had every right to say, what the hell was the matter with that? But at some point in the world of professional sports, you have to leave it be. Because what do you want? Like, what did he want? Did he really want a brawl there? With fans that are right there, with large human beings spilling towards paying customers? Right?
Well, I think he wanted a piece of the guy who punched him in the face.
I understand that, and
I think that's fair. Like, he doesn't know. At first, I think he was just in shock, and then he realized,
he's bleeding.
I'm bleeding like I'm from Bayonne.
Right.
And he doesn't know if his eye socket is.
That was a great Chuck Wepner reference.
Is bashed in. He doesn't know. And then he sees it and he loses his mind. I think that's totally understandable. But he gets more than the guy who did the punching?
Because the guy who did the punching
is the face of the league. I totally get it.
No. Also, there's one way that this could have gotten horribly out of control. Horribly, like we're still talking about it because somebody else got hurt because there's a brawl. And that's because Isaiah Stewart at one point could not realize the moment was over and wouldn't leave the arena.
But that wouldn't have happened if he wouldn't have got punched in the face.
That's why LeBron got suspended.
Like we're getting Ben Wallace gets off the hook for the malice.
That's why LeBron got suspended.
One game. I mean, come on.
Because do you think he meant it? Do you really think, here's what I'm going to do.
I think
here's what I'm going to do as I'm closing in on my second.
I think he meant to physically get this guy off me.
Correct. And
he overdid it.
That's why he got suspended.
Then why did he get suspended?
Then why what?
Then why did he get 2 games?
Because he did not leave in a timely manner.
So why did he get the 1 game?
Because it was worse.
It was worse?
Yes.
Then the blood coming down his face like he's stone cold?
Yes.
I disagree.
Clearly we do. One way, this is a way that the league has a major problem on their hands with people who are 250 pounds spilling towards paying customers because there's a brawl happening. And somebody could get seriously hurt on the court too. Member of security, member of either one of the teams, coaching staff. That's one way. Now, the person who started it, if you believe, doesn't have a track record, which he doesn't, and if you believe that he, closing in on starting his 3rd decade in the league, says, you know what, I'm going to literally punch somebody by figuratively punching down because I want to hurt the guy.
I'm not saying he was trying to hurt the guy.
That's why he gets one game for it.
He was trying to aggressively get him off of him. That resulted in a punch and a very bloody face.
Correct. That's why he got suspended for it.
Then why'd the other guy get suspended?
Because it could have been far worse. That's why.
Because he was reacting to what the other guy did.
Okay. I guess we're going around and around right now. That's the way I see it.
This is the league saying, Isaiah Stewart, we don't care about you because you're a 20-year-old nobody. And optics, we have to suspend this guy.
What? Stewart?
LeBron.
Well, they have to because he bloodied another human being.
For optics. I mean, optically, they have to suspend him.
At least a game.
They had to because he shouldn't be doing that. You need to watch your damn hands, man. You know, you could be physical, but don't throw your hand like that when it can actually catch somebody in the face and bloody them.
But you don't think it should be reversed? LeBron should have got 2 games?
No, because LeBron did not intend to bloody the man, and LeBron did not create a situation after it happened that could have spun so far out of control that we'd be talking about it in an anniversary sense years later like we did the Malice at the Palace last week.
But that wasn't a fan coming onto the court or anything.
Maybe it would have if it spilled into the crowd. And then suddenly somebody feels that they need to actually defend themselves because it spills into the crowd. It wasn't too far. When people are extremely big and overly much bigger than the people trying to stop them, and they're emotional, you know, it's just one push and a shove, and then all of a sudden you're in somebody's lap. That's what I'm saying. Like, and even if it's he ran, like it took after he went after him a second time, it took forever to get him off the court. Then he tore out down the tunnel.
I think he's justifiably upset. He got hit.
Right, but at some point you're like, do you want to start a brawl like on the court? Is that what you want to do?
He's a 20-year-old kid.
Okay, so now I'm just explaining to you, a league is sitting there saying we need to make sure others don't go and try and have over.
So why don't these guys get 10 games then?
I don't know. You have to ask the league. I don't know.
That's my point.
Because thank God he didn't start a brawl. And thank goodness LeBron didn't send him to the hospital.
1 game is like, well, we have to suspend him or else we're going to look really bad and a PR hit.
Okay.
You get 1 game.
That's my sense of it. That's your sense of it. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.